Alright, it is now time for the Week 4 Fantasy Show. We will quickly go over last week's results as a lot has happened, including some huge trades made today. It seems like Tuesday or Wednesdays are the big time
Panic days.
panic days for some teams, as there was some major trades today, some big ones. First, real quickly, the one that nobody cares about to start the day. Yesterday, Kenneth Gainwell, Brian Edwards go to or Zombie trades them. He receives the Rams defense and Mecole Hardman. Pretty mediocre. Zombie, any quick comments on this dumb trade?
This
We
is the
don't care.
biggest trade of the day.
Oh
It
yeah.
has huge fantasy implications for the rest of the
Shut
season.
up.
Sure should be there.
I have now acquired every wide receiver, waiver wire wide receiver that we're looking into, besides the big ones. So
So your plan was to any
my plan was to make my
waiver
bench
wire.
better, and my bench is not much better. So
Okay,
I
but
got to
you
run it
gave
back.
up your Rams defense, who
Yeah, but
you
their schedule sucks.
was elite. Oh,
Yeah,
Mm.
but their
okay.
schedule is atrocious.
I was gonna trade
Wow.
him to Hunter, but Hunter was being
Huh?
kind
Look at
of
their schedule. They
trash.
play
Okay,
Didn't want
okay,
to offer any.
gotcha.
play
Moving on
Arizona,
to the better
Seattle.
trades, the ones that we actually care
Really
about.
bad. They play two
First
bad teams.
big major bomb of
Whoa.
the day was between Pussy and Zach, as Pussy was hinting this bomb throughout the day, and then it finally happened. Allen Robinson, Nick Chubb. Pussy gives up his boy, Nick Chubb, who he loves so much. Is there another trade right
God
now?
damn.
Okay, no, that was just the ESPN alert. And Daniel Jones are traded to Zach in return for Adam Thielen, Melvin Gordon, and Josh Allen, who has been on fire these last 2 weeks. Zach gets rid of
It
him.
was 1 week.
Oh, 1 week, okay. But his boy Adam Thielen also
Sell
goes.
high.
Big trade. Zach, your comments on this deal?
I think this trade was definitely looking down the long-term road, and I think
Okay.
long-term
Mhm.
it will do me well.
Okay, well, you did desperately need a running back, and so you do get a pretty good one,
I
although
disagree. I
you had a
disagree.
bad this past week, so maybe you got a little low. Pussy, you were praying to God in the draft that your boy Chubb would fall to you. Nobody took him, nobody was a dick. You got him, and then you ship him off after 3 weeks. Your
Yeah,
comments
it
to this
was
trade.
hard to do. I
Okay.
will admit, but it was the
Cap.
right thing to do
Yeah,
for the future of
your team. All
my
right.
my season.
I would agree. I would agree with that. I think you won this deal slightly. I think you upgraded Matt. I think getting rid of Allen Robinson, especially how the Bears are looking on offense, is a good thing. Daniel Jones, I mean, he was a good waiver pickup. I mean, you basically picked him up off waivers and are now trading him for Josh Allen. That's pretty good. The only thing would be running back, but you get a serviceable one in Gordon in return. Plus, you already had Henry anyway, so it's not like you're horrible at running back. So I like that deal. Anyone else want to comment on this major
Yeah, I
bomb
want to
trade?
comment. I want to
Okay, go
comment.
ahead, Cheese.
Pusa won because
Ooh,
so the Bears offense I can throw better than what they're doing.
okay.
Me and Slaps and
Wait, wait,
Zach,
wait.
we put
That's
teams
not true
together.
because you wouldn't have time to throw
True.
because you would get
We're,
pounded
well,
instantly.
we'll put Ernie in front. It's fine.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Daniel
Jesus.
Jones has a couple good games, but he's no better than any waiver wire pickup. So
Hmm,
that's a loss.
okay.
Ah,
Yeah.
what do
Something
you
tells me
expect?
Zach will
Josh
be
Allen, a
something.
top quarterback.
Something tells me Zach will be
Yes,
picking
he
up
is.
another second quarterback off
Josh Allen
waivers
is going to
and
average 20
flipping based on
points.
matchups.
Josh
I
Allen
I,
is going
I
to
would
average
like
like
to
20 and
say
score 25 or 30 a bunch of times. When
Okay.
Daniel Jones, his high points will be 25.
Okay.
But
How
with the
much you want
build,
to
I
bet
would
that he
like
Like
to
I
gets over
said,
say
25? How much you want to bet he gets over
Okay.
25
Okay.
at
We're
some
not
point this
betting.
season?
Buffalo have
hold
also
on.
got
I would
Houston this week.
Yes, that's a great
I would
matchup.
I would
Yeah.
like
I
to
got
say
some.
that
Okay.
this trade
Uh-huh.
I made
Hmm.
knowing that I was going to make another trade.
Okay.
Now
Well, I
Oh,
think you already did good in the
now
first one.
now I will say I didn't have any negotiations with this person that I traded with next
Okay.
before I made this trade.
Okay.
So
Well,
after I
wow.
made
well,
this trade, I sent this person a DM and
and then it happened, huh? All right, well, let's look at the second trade because you turned right back around and ship Josh Allen out. You also ship Adam Thielen out, who you got, and Melvin Gordon. You ship them all out, basically, that you just got, and St. Brown. All of them go to Slaps. In return, you get Naheem Hines, Jerry Judy, who's on IR still, Russell Wilson, and Jonathan Taylor. So you upgraded back at your running back spot. over Gordon, but you traded away Thielen for an IR wide receiver, and in my opinion, you slightly downgraded a quarterback with Russell Wilson as he is a little shaky,
Oh,
inconsistent. So, as well as I think you did in the first trade, I think actually Slaps gets a little better end on the second trade. And thank you, Pussy, because I have to play now Josh Allen and Adam Thielen twice in 4 weeks. I had to play them against Zach in week 1 both, and now I have to face them both again. And Josh
I'm
Allen's
about
playing
to
Houston.
hold on. I'm
Fuck.
about
He
to
did bad,
send
though.
Slaps
He
a
might
trade
do.
he can't
He
refuse
got like
for Josh
18.
Allen, actually.
Huh?
I'm
Yeah,
about to
Josh
send
Allen didn't
Slaps
do
a
good.
trade
Didn't
he
do
can't
that bad
refuse.
week
You're
1, but
about
he's
to
probably
send
gonna
me a
do
trade I
great
can't
this week.
refuse. Okay.
All right, so Pussy, what is your thought process behind this second trade?
I'm gonna be honest. I did downgrade at
Yeah.
at running back and quarterback.
Wait, at running back,
But why?
Yeah, from
Oh,
Chubb.
actually, not
Chubb,
really
he
at
means.
running back. At
you
not
got
really at running
Jonathan
back.
receiver.
Taylor for Melvin Gordon.
Isn't that the whole
mean-
point
yeah,
of the
but
trade?
he
is
he
not
means
traded at
from
running back?
Chubb.
Oh, okay,
I mean,
yeah,
But
Taylor's
I
overall.
really needed a
pretty
quarterback.
ass.
yeah. I
Taylor
mean, if you
was
think about it,
original-
you got rid of Chubb to get Taylor
And no wide
and
receiver.
Jerry Judy, who's on IR, and Russell Wilson instead of Josh Allen, basically.
No,
Yeah.
because he got rid of
I'm
Daniel
playing
Jones,
Pusa
so
this
he's got
week.
Russell Wilson.
I'm
Yeah.
playing Pusa this week, and after the
But he
first
had Josh
trade,
Allen.
after the first trade, Pusa would have
Yeah.
had the highest scoring team in
Mhm.
this league by
Okay.
a large margin.
Mhm.
But then he traded them away, so I'm
Yeah.
feeling better.
Yeah, I don't
I
understand
think-
it, but go ahead, Pussy. Try to make us
What
understand.
what my plan was I think I needed a second running back.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Melvin Gordon, I think, in my opinion, although I convinced Slaps that Melvin Gordon is the bell cow in that offense, he's not.
Okay.
He's going to split snaps. I think Jonathan Taylor will, return to form
Okay.
this week against Miami. They're a shit
Alright.
defense, and I think Russell Wilson for the rest of the season won't be that, but compared to Allen, I don't think there's going to be that big of a difference.
I mean,
Mm,
Russell
In my
Wilson.
opinion.
Russell Wilson, the past 2 years has started off first half of the year amazing, MVP candidate, and then second halves of the year has done absolutely nothing down the stretch. So we'll see. He's already been very inconsistent this year so far, but we'll see. It's interesting. Slaps your comments as some people. I don't know if some people think you got a bad end on this or not. I'm not. I
He
think,
just traded for a guy with no pick.
I think you
I think
got.
Slaps got the better.
Yeah, I think you got the better end on
mean-
this one actually. So go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, Josh Allen's, he's a top quarterback. I didn't feel like
I think
a
where you
straight
win on
swap for-
this, I think where you win on this is you get Adam
Well,
Thielen as well. I think
got-
if it
yeah,
was
I
like
got Adam Thielen for
Josh
an
Allen
IR
and
wide
St.
receiver.
Brown and Gordon for like Judy and Taylor and Wilson, then I don't think you're winning. But because you get Thielen in it, I think it's good for you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm giving up an IR wide receiver for Adam Thielen. So
Yeah. Okay.
Jay,
Zombie,
Judy
you
doesn't
said he
help me.
He's
won.
coming
I'm-
back though.
Anybody
yeah,
else?
but I might be on the beach by then.
Yeah.
So
I
Yeah.
do definitely think this helps you with your matchup this week against me, of course.
I think he got the better end. I don't think Taylor's as good as.
no, I don't. Well, I
People
don't like the
think-
Colts.
Look,
I'm not
Jonathan
liking the
Taylor-
Colts running backs right now.
Jonathan Taylor has a big fat 0 touchdowns.
Plus, his
Mm,
best
that is
lineman
true.
just.
But
is
But
out
that
think
could
we
there.
mean
can all
he's
agree.
due. That could
The
mean he's
Colts
due.
are the worst red
Slaps
zone
who's the
team in
trade.
the NFL.
But I think you
Plus,
That's a
his
good
best
trade.
lineman
What
is
was
out
that,
for
Tyler?
You forget to
weeks.
mention.
Hold on, let Tyler.
Yeah,
Hold on,
Tyler,
you
what
forget
you
to
say?
mention
The
that
Slaps
he has the most
trade is
touches
definitely
in the
more
red zone.
fair than the Zach Pusa trade. Pusa clearly won that trade. This trade's more 50-50.
Okay.
I think most
So
people
you
agree.
still like it for pussy then?
disagree.
So you still
I
like
the
this?
second one. Second one's like a 50-50. The
Yeah.
first one big time.
Okay,
The
so
thing is,
I guess
the
you
running
could say
back, the
pussy's
Colts
still
running
fine.
backs, are, they're both very good, but you can't decide who's going to do well in 1 week.
You would never start Hines over Taylor.
Well,
You wouldn't, but
unfortunately, you
some
actually
weeks,
would.
some weeks,
No.
yeah,
Last
2
some
weeks,
weeks
no,
he's
the
had
last
more
2
points
weeks,
than
the
Taylor.
last
No,
2 weeks,
no,
the
no.
last
I mean,
two
You're
some
never,
weeks
weeks.
Jamal
you're
Williams
never
has
ever,
more
you're
points
never
than
ever
Taylor.
gonna start Hines over Taylor ever.
Well, you're not.
Well,
You're
no, you're
right,
not.
You're not.
He's not
but
saying
you
he
know,
Doesn't
would.
mean that
He's just
Hines
saying
is
he
then
gets more points.
outperforming him.
The
Yes.
points that you're going to start Taylor, and then Hines will vulture. That's
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. I mean,
That's what he's
he's had two weeks back-to-back weeks that he's had higher points than Jonathan Taylor. Like,
Mhm.
you're
Because
never going to start him, but that's what's happening right now.
Because he catches the passes, slaps.
Yeah.
Taylor
Exactly.
is
And
probably
what is this
touchdown
league,
reliant.
Zach? What is this
Exactly.
league, Zach?
But you're not going to start him. You're never going to start him.
PPR. All right. Well, we'll
So
see.
that's why you traded for Chubb.
We will see how those trades work out. Real quickly to go over last week's matches. The first one was obviously myself versus Bill. Congrats to Bill as he beat me 147 to 127, a 20-point win for Bill. Sends me to 2-1, puts Bill at 2-1, so big win for him. Obviously, he traded during the week, which helped him. He got Tom Brady from Slaps, who put up 28 huge points. That was a Sunday morning edition. Other than that, overall, Devontae Adams really helped him get a strong lead on Sunday night, got 31 huge points. Jamar Chase also did very well, who was included in that Tom Brady trade. So overall, Bill made a trade that really helped him and probably was the difference in him winning this week. Obviously, on my side, I did not get off to a good start on Thursday night as McCaffrey was looking good, and then something popped in his hamstring and only got 6 points. My team, though, 127 with McCaffrey's injury. I was pleased with the performance. Clyde Edwards-Helaire had a nice bounce-back game. But Monday night came around and the game script was not good for my wide receivers to get me what I needed to somehow pull the win off over Bill. So GG's to Bill. Obviously he just said comments about his next matchup. He's already said enough about last week. Moving on to the next matchup, we had this was another big game. Tyler versus Pook. Tyler squeaks out the 6-point win, 115 to 121, moves to 3-0, best record in the league, most points for. Sends Pook to
Jesus, it's
1-2.
wide receivers.
I haven't seen Pook under 500 in a long time. He's now 1-2 to start the year. Yeah, his Hurts got him 20 points somehow. That's the only thing about Hurts is he looks trash in game, but he still ends up with fantasy points. Kamara had a bounce back game. Swift had a very nice game as well, so he had a good start. But his wide receivers, which everyone has been shitting on for good reason, and they all let him down. Osborne 4 points. Cephas only 1. Chenault only 8. Kelsey just had an okay game.
Callaway and he won.
Yeah, if he started Callaway, 14 points. So he started the wrong wide receiver. He started 3 guys that.
He would have had to start him for Osborne or Cephas.
Well, yeah, but I
Not
mean,
Shalma.
he could have possibly did that. I mean, it was a
Yeah.
realm of possibility.
The Saints defense sometimes.
No, he would have won if he started Saints defense.
Oh yeah, and true. He started. Yeah, Saints had 19 points. So
Capital
back-to-back
Boston, I started
weeks,
Shepard.
he starts the wrong defense. Back-to-back weeks. That's problem. And his wide receivers did not perform, and he started the wrong ones. So some issues for Pook going into the next few weeks. He's not very optimistic, as you've seen in the group chat. He's predicting himself to be like 1-4 or something. So we'll see what happens with Pook. He has a lot of question marks. Tyler's team looking really good. Kyler Murray just had an average game with 18, but the rest of his team performed. James Robinson had a very nice game. You like to see that out of Robinson,
my good
25 points.
Played like shit.
Yeah,
And somehow
your
I still won.
Cardinals. Yeah, your Cardinals. We talked about this before. When you have the 2 Cardinals, they either do really good or they do bad. And this week they didn't do that great, but
Thing
you
is,
still
they
got the
ran
win.
2 touchdowns this week. Yeah.
Mm.
that's the
Down
thing.
the side.
They still put up a lot of points.
Yep, and you started the right flex guy with Cooks, so that was good. That's how you win games. You start the right players, you make the right decision. Sometimes it's as simple as that. You start one wrong guy and you end up losing, but Tyler didn't. So, any comments, Tyler, on your great start, 3-0?
I feel fortunate this week that my
Mhm.
team played like shit and I still won relatively easily. It was
Yeah.
over after Sunday. Luke had no chance on Monday. GG Poop.
Okay, come on, Tyler. When the Eagles had the ball in garbage time on that last drive, knowing that if Hurts went down the field and scored a touchdown, you would have lost. That you weren't worried
I wasn't even watching
slightest.
at that point.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
Were they actually trying to score?
yes,
even though they
they
down
were trying
20?
to move the ball with like
Really?
4 minutes left. Yeah,
They were trying. They're just not very.
they're
good
just
at it.
ass, so they couldn't. They couldn't. But if they
'Cause he
would
only
have,
had like
he
11
would've won.
points, like 10 minutes in. I was
Yeah.
watching.
Well,
10 minutes left.
I'm just saying he had a slimmer chance, but because you figured the Cowboys too were probably just giving up on. They knew they won the game, but didn't matter. They still outplayed them. All right, moving on to the shocker of the week. This one I think caught almost everybody by surprise. Ernie, 156 points, most points in the week for out of everyone, Ernie gets a huge win over Matt, sends Matt to 0-3. The unlucky streak continues for Matt as he plays Ernie, who had been having a horrible start of the season, and then Ernie pops off for 156 points. Matt, respectable score, 122, but still catches the L. Big win for Ernie as his team came alive. Rogers, 19 points. Elliott had a great game with 26. Justin Jefferson had a nice 26-point game. Mike Williams continues his hot streak with 33. And Kareem Hunt
Hey.
woke up in his flex, 27. Only concerns for Ernie were Pitts again had another bad game. And David Montgomery did not do much as that whole Bears team was shut down. It looked horrible. On Matt's side, Lamar 19, that's pretty standard. Eckler had a standard 22. Gibson had a nice game though, 17. They were a good bounce back. But Gronk, 9 points, nothing like what he'd been doing. And then Cooper, as they didn't have to pass the ball much that game, kind of just let him down a little bit there. But I don't think it really mattered. Ernie had a huge week. GG's to Ernie. A little bit surprising in that one.
Fucking Gibson's, all of Gibson's points basically came on that one fucking
That one
catch.
catch. Well, Zach, what do we say this league is? PPR. So
why
that's
did
what
you
could
trade
happen.
for Chubb then?
Oh,
I don't get it.
okay,
Chubb
Zach.
has 3 catches in 3 games. You traded for him.
Zach, you're responsible.
What's the
Sure.
question?
Tyler
Why
just
Chubb?
said,
If it's
yeah.
a PPR, why
Mm.
CHUBB?
We're running backs.
Okay. All right.
Who are you running
He has
All
3
right,
catches
all
in
right.
3 games.
Jesus.
That's
He's
why I
a
got my
running
Basically,
boy-
Tyler, he
Gotta
doesn't
catch
have an
him.
answer. He just thinks Chubb's really good. So that's basically what
what-
it is. All right,
I'm
moving
just asking
on
who is running back.
to the next one of the week.
Yeah,
Henderson.
The
third,
Zach
so-
versus Craig showdown to see who would go 0-3, and Zach pulls out an easy win, 127-83. Zach moves to 1-2. Slaps falls to the bottom of the barrel, 0-3. Another under 100 points week, as you see his name now is under 100. Although, like we said, he did make a move this week that I do like. We'll see if he makes any more moves and fucks it all up by the end of the week. That seems to be a thing with Slaps so far this year, so we'll see if that happens. But overall, another disappointing week for Slaps, as really, besides Saquon Barkley having a nice game back, everyone else pretty much laid an egg. Where on Zach's side, Josh Allen led the way with 37. His old reliable only got 0.6 as he got hurt. You hate to see that for old reliable.
Rest in
Yeah, rest in peace him. And his wide receivers just did kind of borderline. All got over 10, but just an average week for Zach's team, but it was good enough as he was facing Slaps. Zach, your comments after this big win for you?
Well, I don't want to say too much because that will literally send Slaps into real life suicide and
Okay.
fantasy suicide.
I'm
So,
actually
uh,
alright. I'm
like
alright
how,
now. I'm alright now.
Yeah, okay. I'm
You
sure
weren't
you
on
are.
Sunday night.
Until I get done
I
with
like
you,
how,
you won't be
like how
alright.
Zach is milking this because
I'm
he
talking.
knows
I'm
he's only going to
talking.
get a
I'm
couple of
talking.
these this
I'm
year.
talking.
Oh.
I'm talking. I would like to. All I would like to say is GFY.
Okay, all
What
right.
does
And
that even
Slaps,
mean?
go fuck yourself,
This guy-
zombie.
this guy-
Jesus.
No, I'm like
Slaps,
Don't get me wrong, I'm
another disappointing week for you, but
I'm
maybe.
obviously annoyed the
Mhm.
fact that my team just are shit. But
Zach
you
DM.
know what I would say is that, and this is what kind of made me feel a little bit better about myself, is that every week that I've made a trade,
Mhm.
the trade that I've made wouldn't have made a difference to the week.
Okay.
I've lost every week, regardless of what trade I made.
Okay. All right.
So
Yep. That somewhat makes sense, but at the same time,
There's an
if you
extra week this
started out the season with no trades, would your team have some wins by now? I mean, it's hard to
no, I
hard to
wouldn't.
tell that.
I've already checked.
Okay, you went
I-
back
I-
that
I
far to
just got-
calculate
I've
all
been,
that
yeah,
with
yeah,
your starting
I've
team.
been back because
I
I'm
got
so
an
upset with
anonymous
myself.
DM that just said, "What does that mean?"
As in like
So-
the trades that I've made, the
Jesus.
trades that I've
Stop
made.
DMing him.
Jesus.
Must be something.
Zombie, didn't I?
obvious.
I just told you what it meant. It means go fuck
No, I-
yourself.
No, I didn't
Oh,
hear
right.
you.
Okay. All right. Well, moving on to the next one. Zombie versus Pussy. This was a big battle of 1-1 teams, and Zombie's team responded back after that 70-point week last week. 141 doubles the score this week. Herbert 30 points, huge game. Madison, who Cook was injured and out, Madison comes in and looks good, 23 points. Cordell Patterson, 16 points as well. AJ Brown was a yikes though. 0.3. Keenan Allen had a nice game, 19. And Kittle and Odell did pretty good as well. So solid
Kittle
performance for
woke up.
Zombie. His running backs were the big shocker, as I did not think that Chubb and Henry would get outscored by Zombie's 2 running backs, especially when Cook was listed out. I thought Pussy was going to win. But on Pussy's side, he picked up Daniel Jones, which we thought was a good one. But the Giants fucking losing to the Falcons, Cheese? Are you serious? What the
Hey,
fuck?
hey, 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 hey,
Jesus
hey.
Christ.
You're getting pick number
Team
1
is trash.
and
Oh, you're already
pick
on to
number
that,
2.
huh? Oh.
Pick number 1 and pick number 2 because be the
okay.
Bears pick. It's literally,
Okay.
we're literally pick
All
number 1
right,
and
well,
2.
16 points not good enough for Danny Dimes on this week. Chubb, like you said, only 8 points. Tyler called that one. Henry had a decent game, and Cooper Kupp had another great game, but the rest of his team inconsistent. Let's see here. Pussy, your comments now you fall to 1 and 2. Not a great start for you. A little inconsistency from week to week.
I'm on to week 4.
Oh, okay. All right. And Zombie, your team bounces back big. Any comments?
Like Zach said, this is PPR. That's why my boy Cordero
Oh,
is
okay.
a 4th wide receiver at the running back spot.
Okay.
He had 10 points. Oh, no, he had 16
16.
points.
Yeah, pretty good game
Yeah,
again.
that's pretty good. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
pretty good.
we'll see how long it continues. All right, moving on to the final matchup. It was the matchup of undefeated teams. Both were 2-0, and Hunter pulls out the win, 128 to 119, moves to 3-0. Hunter 3-0.
Lol, jeez.
Hunter 3-0. I cannot believe that. Dak Prescott, decent
he got
game.
saved.
Oh yeah.
Special teams.
Oh, special. Yeah. Bronco. I mean, you knew the Broncos were going to do good. There was the Jets. Like,
Yeah, I
come
thought the
on.
Jets would not get shut out.
Oh, come on. It's the
I thought
fucking
they would do
Jets.
something. I thought they'd get a field goal.
Oh, yeah. Well, it wouldn't have. Fucking field goal wouldn't matter
Yeah,
that
I
much.
know.
But Tyler Bass had a good game as well. On your side, you didn't go with that Rams team you said would get 3 points. You went with the Titans instead and you got 5. So
Yeah, 'cause the
not
Rams
that
got
much
0.
better. Yeah, well, you were saying they were going to get like 3 with sacks or something. But
I said it was
otherwise,
gonna
Mahomes did his normal thing. Jones did his normal. I mean, he pretty much had everyone do normal except Hawkinson had a really bad week, only 3 points. And that was really the difference, was you needed Hawkinson to perform.
I'm not like
Oh, he came
when-
back
when-
down to earth.
Yeah.
okay. When everyone like when we had our worst week, we were 120 points.
Yeah.
Like I'm not upset at that.
Okay. So it
When
sounds
your
like you're
worst-
okay
when your
with the
worst
loss.
week is yeah, especially
No
'cause
mass
I have
panic, huh?
better. The Titans play the Jets this week.
Okay. All right.
Do we know who's looking after Hunter's team right now?
Pussy, have you done any research to figure out who that person is that does the clicks for Hunter, or that you said last
I
week?
haven't. I haven't.
Oh,
it's
you
hard
haven't
to,
figured
you
that
know,
out yet?
hold on,
Maybe
hold on.
you and
It's
Tyler
hard
can get
to, like,
together and figure
get
that
into
out.
communication with Hunter.
Uh,
So
yeah.
I feel like we need to like demand that he has
I
to come
feel
into
as if
the
my
meeting
my
at some point.
Well, here's the
my
thing.
skills
Hunter,
of
according to
figuring
what
out
Hunter
stuff
told
will-
me, was he has some type of practice for school or something at this time. So he said he can't come, but
I feel like we need to try and schedule it around his like how he can get here because I don't believe he's in charge.
oh, okay.
I
alright.
think
Well,
if he was to
let's,
join, he would know what
hasn't
was
done
going on with
anything.
his team.
I mean, yeah, he really hasn't made
He's
any
literally
moves,
done
but he
nothing.
hasn't had to because
Just sit on his
team
hands.
has been-
and won.
his team has done pretty
Let's-
I
decent.
mean, I
so-
tried to negotiate with him yesterday.
Yeah,
Dolphin,
did
let's
you
go
get a
to
response or
standings
no?
And check
Yeah.
points for.
Oh,
Check
okay.
points for.
All right. Well,
we
real
can see if
quickly,
anybody's getting
we'll to
bucked.
look at the standings. As we said, only 2. There was 4 teams unbeaten. Now there's only 2. Tyler and Hunter sit up top. Then you have Bill, Cheese, myself, and Zombie, all the 2-1 guys, all currently in the playoffs right now. Pussy would be the last spot at 1-2 at the moment, and then you have other 1-2 guys, and then Matt and Slaps at 0-3, looking for their first win still. Yikes! That playoff percentage for Slaps has now dropped way below Ernie after Ernie got that win, only 8% according to ESPN. But yes, and as Cheese would like to point out, with points for, he has the second
You can
most.
click the button.
Second
the
most
PDF.
points for.
There
Okay,
you go.
Cheese. Congrats. It's
Well, I'm
it's
just I'm
after
also,
week 3.
I'm also stating that Hunter has the 5th most points for.
Okay. All
And he
right.
is 3-0.
Yeah. Well,
That's my
that's
points
a little bit of
against.
luck.
Pusa's
Your points against 426. But Matt's is by far the worst. 471. Oof. Unlucky for Matt so far this year.
Mine's isn't great.
Yeah,
either, to be
yours
fair.
is higher as well than Pussy's.
It wouldn't
426.
matter though, because
Yeah, your
That
points
point
for is
differential for
206.
slaps is
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, you definitely
They're
by
30
far have
votes.
the lowest, 267.
Oh yeah, I'm
So-
fuck.
Minus
All right, well, that was
170.
the week 3 results. All right, moving on to the week 4 matchups. We will start with myself versus Slaps. Big time game for Slaps as he tries to avoid an 0-4 start. Meanwhile, I would not like to lose 2 games in a row and fall to 2-2, so it's a big game for both of us. I, right now, according to ESPN, are projected by a slim margin, 121 to 118. I have Matthew Stafford against the Cardinals. Clyde Edwards-Helaire after his decent game last week against the Eagles, who could not stop Dallas's run at all. Chuba Hubbard in there against the Cowboys. So we'll see what happens with him, as I no longer have McCaffrey for this week. DK against the 49ers. Could be tough. I don't know. CD against the Panthers. Tyler Higbee against the Cardinals. Chase Claypool against Green Bay after his good game last week. And the Bills defense versus Houston. I like that matchup a lot. Pussy, move your mic a little bit away from your mouth because we can hear you breathing.
Sorry.
On Slaps' side, we have Josh Allen against Houston, newly acquired. I am very worried about that now because Houston is a little bit shaky and Josh Allen has been popping off this past week. Saquon against the Saints after his good game last week. We'll see what he does against a tougher defense. Melvin Gordon against the Ravens, who is now questionable with the illness. We'll see what happens with that. Marvin Jones against Cincinnati could be decent. Lockett against the 49ers. So we have that Lockett versus DK showdown. We'll see who has the better game. Schultz, who he picked up for $30 off the waiver wire. I don't think anyone else bid on Dalton Schultz or bid 0. So 30 big bucks on Dalton Schultz after his big game last week. We'll see if that pays off or if that's an overreaction. And Adam Thielen against Cleveland, who I have to face once again. And the 49ers defense against Seattle, I don't know about the defensive matchup there. I think with these trades, it will be very close. I'm going to pick myself in a tight one, but I would not be shocked at all if Slaps somehow pulls out a win this week with the moves of Allen carrying him. Saquon could have a good game. It could be a Thielen and Lockett day as well. So we'll see what happens. Good luck to Slaps, but I'm going to pick myself in a tight one. Zach, who's winning this matchup of the week?
We all know who's winning this one.
Oh, yeah?
Slaps isn't winning a game all year.
Oh, even with the moves he
Don't worry.
made, huh?
This is not gonna be the team he has by Sunday.
Uh,
Guaranteed.
Yeah, that is my hope, kind of. Hopefully someone sends him an offer he can't refuse on Sunday morning when I'm on the golf course. Hopefully I get that lovely notification like I did this past week when Bill got Tom Brady and ended up affecting me. All right, Cheese.
All right, so I'll say this: Slabs. He has much looks better than it has.
He has what?
I'll say that. Barkley's been getting better every week.
Okay.
Melvin Gordon's been a nice surprise. There's a lot of boom and busts.
Yep.
But Tyler Lockett, it's either like Dalton Schultz is your bargain.
Move
tight
your
end.
mic closer again.
Dalton
Quiet.
Schultz is like your bargain bin tight end. Reed Evans. Thielen has been super hot, but
Yep.
he has to keep it up. I feel like definitely better. But I'm gonna stick with golf.
Interesting. Okay. Pussy.
I think that this is going to be a very close matchup. I'm going to be honest.
I would agree.
I think Slaps improved his team.
In the trade that you made with him. Okay.
Yes, and I also improved. But I
Oh,
would like
okay.
to say that Golfer is going to win because I think that Cardinals-Rams shootout will lead you to victory.
I hope so. They only have
And
they have Stafford projected for 19 points when he's averaging the same amount as Allen, but Allen's playing Houston, so I guess that's why they just have him at more. But
Pook,
I
if you're
fully
watching
expect
this
Stafford to
tomorrow-
get more.
Pook, if you're watching this tomorrow, we're going to do a parlay on that game. This is my pick of the week. I like the
Oh.
over and the Cardinals money line.
Oh, okay. Over and Cardinals money line. Interesting. The last time you
You
made
know,
that selection, you
Kyler
remember
Murray
what
is
it was?
0-4 against the Rams. I think he's going to change that script this week, and they're going to get the victory.
Okay, interesting. All right, well, you made that pick opening night about the under, and it didn't work. So we'll see if this one hits. All right. Let's see, Tyler.
It's really hard to pick Slaps. Golfer's definitely the favorite, but Slaps finally made a trade that I like, and I think he improved his team. So
Okay.
I'll pick him to win.
You're gonna.
Just based on that.
Okay. All right. And Zombie.
This is a big game.
Yes, it is.
If Craig loses,
The
He's
Pete
just gonna
talk
trade.
starts happening.
He's just gonna trade again next week.
He may do that
So-
anyways, even if he doesn't lose.
You know what? I'm gonna give Craig I think Craig's gonna win this just
Okay.
out of
No.
pure faith for
Faith.
him.
Okay, wow. Nice. I'll be man of faith. All right, Slaps. Big week for you, as everyone has said. You don't want to start 0-4 and have those Pete talks about having the worst start in the league creep in. Are you gonna get this win or what?
I am hopeful. Yes.
Okay.
I do like the trades I made. I think Josh Allen could go off against Houston. I like
Okay.
Thielen.
Any comment on the
Uh,
Dalton Schultz $30 purchase?
Well, I mean, he can't be any worse than Jared Cook. So,
Oh,
I mean, the $30 bid was to guarantee it.
okay.
I like Schultz. I think he's in a pass heavy offense, which I like.
They weren't pass heavy
Monday.
this past
Well,
Monday
alright,
night. I
I'm
needed
gonna-
them to be
playing
pass
against the
heavy.
Eagles, they were playing against.
I'm gonna
Jesus.
defend Slaps on the money thing
Uh,
because what's the point of the money unless it gets people who you want? He wanted him, so you got him.
that's true.
30's a bit outrageous.
That's
though.
He
true.
could have
You,
got me
do,
like
you don't gain anything by
$8.
saving it all.
Well, I mean,
Well, yes
I
and no, but
honestly
it's
thought that
only
Ernie
hold
was
on.
gonna
It's
bid.
only week
I
4,
thought Ernie was
cheese.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
there
for
could
Slaps is 0
it takes one injury where it takes a it
It's
takes a
Dalton Schultz,
it
though.
takes a this is what it takes.
I'm just
It
stating
takes
the
a
perspective.
Christian type McCaffrey injury where his backup is on the free agent market for money, needing a ton of money to be spent
Yeah,
to
but I
assure
picked up
that
all my
top guy.
backups.
Look,
I picked up my backups.
Well, no, I'm
You'd
not
probably
saying your
take
guy
bid.
gets hurt. I'm saying that maybe another guy gets hurt that isn't on your team, but then you can get the starting running back.
And there's always like a case where a
So-
big running back goes down that
so,
usually sometimes the
I-
backup isn't always the
Well,
answer.
I mean, if you're happy
get
with
that,
the
but-
purchase, considering you could have spent less for him, then that's fine. If that's what you thought needed to take it, that's all I was asking.
Do you know what it was, right? Do you know what it was? It was I knew that Ernie was needing a tight end.
Oh,
I knew that Ernie was needing a tight end, and I didn't know where he would go to try and
Okay,
get Dalton Schultz.
so Ernie is correct in the chat when he said that he baited you into that
$30.
$30.
He did bait me,
Okay,
100% he did, because
okay,
I
alright.
knew he
Well,
wasn't
congrats to
liking
Ernie
Kyle
there.
Pitts
You
at the time, so.
fool.
Thank you, Ernie.
Look,
Congrats,
Slaps,
Ernie.
okay, Zach, are you calling
So-
someone a fool with your money when you spent $100 and someone's not even gonna play?
Two other people put all their money on that too. Two other people put all their money on that as well.
So
Yeah,
Slaps and Zach are the most easily spent with their money so far this year because they Slaps
and
bid
Zombie as
99 on
well.
it.
Listen,
Zombie.
listen, like,
Now you put 30, so okay, I get it.
it is what it is. I mean, I'm glad I got Schultz because,
Okay, we'll
as I
see
said,
how he
I don't
does.
like Jared Cook. So
He's gonna get 5 points.
We'll see how he does.
Let me
All
hear
right.
that ding next week.
How many points is Mitchell gonna get?
We're not there yet. Hold on. All right. Let's see. Moving on to the next matchup of the week. Another huge matchup. Bill and I beat Pook GG. He's already calling it against bye week Pook. So they basically have flopped names. Pook has taken his approach with the bye week, and Bill is now saying he's beat him before the match has even started. 2-1 for Bill, 1-2 for Pook. So a huge matchup once again. They both go 2-2. Will one go 3-1 and the other go 1-3? We'll have to see. But 130 to 128. Bill has the newly acquired Tom Brady, who did great for him last week and has had a great season so far. Going up against the Patriots, the old rivalry. I'm sure he will ball out in that game, knowing he's facing Belichick and the Patriots. Josh Jacobs against the Chargers if he plays. Mixon against Jacksonville. That's a pretty good matchup there. Devontae Adams against Pittsburgh. Jamar Chase against Jacksonville as well. So he's got some nice matchups with the Cincy versus Jacksonville. Mark Andrews against the Broncos could be a little tough. And then Julio Jones, back with that Q next to his name that we're familiar with, against the Jets. Great matchup as long as he plays. Buccaneers defense against the Patriots, and Mac Jones, who has been a little turnover heavy, could be decent. On Pook's side, he's got Jalen Hurts against the Chiefs. Huge game there. Kamara against the Giants could be decent. Swift against the Bears. Deontay Johnson against Green Bay. Shenault, still sticking with Shenault in there against Cincinnati. Kelsey against the Eagles. And Nelson Aguilar gets a play against Tampa Bay. Okay. And the Saints defense against that Danny Dimes Giants team. I am going to take Bill. I like his team more. I think it's more well balanced. I like his Bengals versus Jacksonville matchups. I think Coolio will probably play, so that should be decent against the Jets. And basically, Pook's wide receivers, he gets Deontay Johnson back, could be good for him, but I still think Bill will pull this out. Zach.
Ding. That is the sound of me getting a tie win.
Okay. Okay.
Can we
so
can we have the big
ties.
buzzer sound right now?
Yeah.
Just insert the buzzer.
The part where he goes ding will be the big buzzer sound. I already got it. All right.
Is anyone
Cheese.
ever like even not playing each other?
Hey, I have actual comments. Okay. I like Bill's team. He's made some good moves here. Especially with AJ Brown going down to Julio, could be good. Mark Andrews, you guys know I don't like him, but still decent. Pook's team is the same issue, which he knows the wide receivers.
Mhm.
And if I'm him, you gotta trade Kelsey for some good wide receivers. He has like flex level wide receivers
Oh,
starting.
I sent him an offer just like that,
Hmm.
but it got.
He can get a great
return.
return
Well,
for Kelsey.
as I was saying, the only way Pook's gonna fix his wide receiver core is if he gives up like a Swift or a Kelsey or a
I mean,
Kamara.
I like
I mean,
his
that's the
running
only way
backs
he's
are
gonna
good.
be able to
I
fix it.
like
I've only offered
like
him
his running
Ridley and
backs.
Thielen.
Yeah. For what?
I like Swift
Kamara?
and Kamara, but you gotta trade Kelsey to get better
No,
wide
I
receivers.
inquired about Swift.
Okay. Well, that would kind of be the opposite if he traded Kelsey, because he traded Kelsey and gave up Keenan Allen and Herbert. So if he's gonna trade Kelsey to get wide receivers back, doesn't that just basically defeat the purpose of
If
his
he's getting Darren
Kelsey trade?
Waller in return for someone, it's
So
not
he's
Yeah, I
gonna
was
get.
thinking-
So he's gonna trade Kelsey for a good wide receiver and Darren Waller. He's gonna get that from
Not a-
somebody.
a decent wide receiver. I have a lot of wide receivers. I can
Look,
give
I'm
him
gonna
a
say that
Shepard, a
his-
Beasley.
Okay,
Oh,
Deontay
okay.
Johnson and Chenault and Nelson Aguilar are like bottom of the barrel. Okay, anything he gets
If
will be
you've
better than that.
if
You can get
you've
Shepard or
sent
Beasley off me.
Tyler, your mic is.
You
having
sound like
some
you're on
issue.
helium.
Yeah, you sound like a
What?
clown.
Sound like you're on helium.
Some people may
if
call your
you-
numbers a clown numbers, but right now you're kind of
Hey,
like a
he's
clown.
3-0.
if you
We believe
if
in the
you've
numbers.
if you've sent Pook a DM, you know he's not gonna trade unless
Of course,
he's
it's Pook.
really getting everything from your team.
Exactly. Of course. That's
Oh,
why
well,
I was
no.
saying. What? Go
Am I
ahead.
good now?
Yeah, you're good now. All right, Slaps, who's winning this? Or Cheese, so you're saying Bill is
Yeah,
winning?
I'm taking Bill. I like how he did
Okay.
the team.
All right, Slaps.
I am gonna take Bill as well.
Okay. Pussy.
I think Pook's team is fucking shit. I'm going to take Bill.
Okay. Wow. All right, Tyler.
I'm picking Bill because I really like his team. I think at the beginning of the year I picked me, Bill, and Cheese to be the top three, and so far that it might happen.
Okay, all right. Zombie.
Like how Bill was talking shit about AJ Brown, and then his boy Julio was literally didn't practice either.
Mm-hmm. So you're taking
But,
Pook?
No, because Pook's team is very, very yikes.
Okay. All right, and let's see. Bill sent me some comments, and he said, "For my opponent, thanks for the free win, ass hat." Whatever that means. Never ass hat. I've never heard that one. Let me make sure Pook didn't send me because I missed his comments last week. No. I hope Pook wins a game because he has not been in the show and attended the show since he lost. He was here the first week when he won, and then he hasn't been here the last 2 weeks. I don't know if that's just coincidence or what, but hopefully he can get back on the winning streak to get his comments back here in the show. But let's see. Moving on to the next matchup. Loved by everyone. Number one, Tyler at 3-0 versus the 0-3 Matt. Huge matchup for Matt as he needs to pull this upset off against Tyler and give him his first loss, or he's going to start 0-4. The unluckiness continues as, Matt had a rough first 3 weeks, points against wise, starts 0-3, and now he's got to face the undefeated team in Tyler. ESPN has it 126 to 118 for Tyler to squeak out a win. Tyler has Kyler Murray against the Rams. We'll see if Pussy's prediction is right and he plays a great game that game. We'll see. Henderson, if he plays against the Cardinals, so already a big Rams-Cardinals lineup there. Robinson against Cincinnati after his good game last week. Hopkins against the Rams as well. Woods against Arizona. So look, he's got 2 Rams and 2 Cardinals. So that game is huge for Tyler. Waller against the Chargers. Cooks against Buffalo, and the Packers defense against Pittsburgh, who's been struggling. On Matt's side, he's got Lamar Jackson against Denver. Tough matchup there. Eckler against the Raiders. Gibson against Atlanta could be very good. After his good game last week, gets to play Atlanta. Evans against the Patriots. Cooper against the Panthers. Gronk against the Patriots. And then Pittman. He's sticking with Pittman against the Dolphins and the Patriots against Tampa. I am gonna have to go with Tyler on this. I like his matchups better. I tend to agree with Pussy that Cardinals Rams game could be a shootout, which he has 4 of the best players in that game. So I'm gonna take Tyler. I like his lineup better. Matt just has some bad matchups and some players that I don't know what you're gonna get out of. So I'm going to take Tyler. Zach.
Is this even a question?
Yes, it is a question.
Is
Upsets can happen.
not tonight or not this week.
Oh, okay.
No. So
So
Matt
you're
is getting steamrolled here by 40+ points.
Ooh,
Ding.
40+ points.
Ding.
Okay, cheese.
I've maintained for all the entire season that Matt is the most unlucky team.
Yes.
So unlike Slaps until recently, I feel like Matt can easily bounce back when he plays some crap teams. But he was playing the best team here, and this
Cap.
is one of those.
The best team here. Wow. Okay.
One-
so
I said
Tyler's
one of.
team's the
Cap.
best.
I
Oh,
said one
okay.
of.
Oh, I didn't hear the
Oh.
one of. I just heard the best.
I didn't hear that either.
It's a top team, okay?
Oh, okay.
You guys can't argue against it. It's a top team.
No,
I think
I
we
would
go
agree.
either way because DeAndre, didn't do that great. Robert Woods is not, useful at all, but really tough decision.
where are
I'm
you
gonna stick with Matt. I'm gonna stick with my guns
You're
here.
gonna stick with Matt to pull the upset. Wow. Okay. Slaps.
I've got to be honest. I really quite like Matt's matchups.
You do or don't?
No, I do. I think Eckler could have a really good game against the Raiders. I think
Okay.
Gibson's gonna have a bounce back game against Atlanta.
Okay.
I actually think that Gronk is gonna go off against the Patriots as well. So I'm gonna go with Matt.
Okay. Wow. Another one for Matt. Interesting. Pussy.
I'm gonna go on a limb here, and I guarantee
Oh God. You're
The
stealing
numbers-
Zombie's thing.
We'll
Stop
be right.
stealing my fucking thing.
You guarantee what?
that the numbers will be right
Will be right. So now you're a believer in the numbers, huh?
for this week.
Oh, for this week only. Okay. So after being incorrect the last few weeks, going against the numbers, you're gonna go on them this time. Okay.
I think. I mean, that could be a pattern of events. I mean, that'd make me happy.
Okay. What if he loses or if you're right?
Yeah. Are you fucking
Oh.
kidding me?
Oh.
Maybe I should just do that every week.
Okay. So you're trying to jinx him. All right. Zombie.
Yes, for the second week in a row, someone's ruined the joke. Yes,
Oh.
Tyler is.
Hey. So Tyler is the guarantee this week after the loss last week. You had the music ready this time. Good job, Zombie. All right. Let's see. All right. So Tyler, you're going to get this win. Matt didn't send no comments, so I'm sure he's worried about the matchup. You're gonna win.
Well, it is Matt. Sorry.
Oh God, your mic.
He didn't put comments.
Your mic is horrible, Tyler. It's
Helium-
horrible.
helium voice.
Sounds like a helium voice again.
Oh fuck.
I mean, if you want to do the whole prediction this way, you can. Go ahead. It's kind of
I mean,
funny.
is it terrible?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I picked myself to win. And I'm gonna win. So I'm gonna say I'm going to win. Win.
Okay.
Are we doing voice changes
I
now?
guess. Come on, Cheese. You gotta step it up. On
What,
your
should
end.
I put my auto
No,
voice?
no. Don't put it. All right, so he's gonna win. Moving on to the next matchup. Another pretty big one here. Ernie versus Zombie. Zombie 2-1. Ernie 1-2 after that win though last week. Only a 3-point game according to ESPN. 123 to 120. Zombie gets a slight victory. Zombie has Herbert against the Raiders. That's a big game for those two teams. Cook against Cleveland if he's playing. Cordell Patterson against Zach's Washington. Not strong defense apparently because they have been ass this year. Odell Beckham
They're coming
against
back next
Minnesota. Oh, this is the week. Okay.
They had a bye week last week.
Okay. Well, the whole season so far, they've had a bye week. Keenan Allen against the Raiders, Kittle against the Seahawks, Waddle against the Colts, and the Rams defense who he acquired against Arizona. Interesting, you're going to play the Rams in that possible shootout. We'll see. Ernie's side, Aaron Rodgers against Pittsburgh could be decent. Elliott against the Panthers. Hunt is in there against Minnesota. Jefferson against Cleveland. Mike Williams against the Raiders. Pitts against that Washington team. And David Montgomery against Detroit. I like that matchup. And Washington against Atlanta could be decent. We'll see if that defense bounces back like Zach's saying it will. I am going to take Zombie in a tight one, though. I agree with ESPN that this is going to be a tight game. Might be the tightest of the week. I do like Ernie's bounce back week last week, and I like that he has the same players. They have some decent matchups. So I wouldn't be shocked if he pulls this upset off, but I'm going to take Zombie in a close one. I think that Herbert will pop off for him. Zach.
My boy Ernie crawling back from 0-2,
Yeah.
now 2-2.
Now 2-2. Wow. All right. So a couple weeks ago when you said his team was utter dog shit, you're now taking that back, huh? How one
Didn't say
win
that.
changes things. Oh, you did. We have it on the recording. But anyways,
That wasn't me.
Okay. Jeez, who's winning?
I said that I want to pick Ernie's team till they show me they could do something,
Yes, they did.
and they showed up. So we're going with Ernie.
Wow. Okay. Slaps.
I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Ernie actually.
Wow. Okay. So far, everyone for Ernie. Pussy.
I'm basing this prediction off of looking into the future. I think that I do not see Ernie giving Zombie shit until the world ends. So I'm going to take my friend Zombie to win this game.
Wow, you're picking against
Sadly,
Okay.
because I would love to see Ernie give Zombie shit until the world ends, but I just
Yeah.
don't see it happening.
Okay. Interesting. Tyler, is he back?
Yes, you hear me?
Yes, you're good now. Go ahead.
This matchup is basically a coin flip, so I'm gonna pick Zombie based off of fantasy pedigree.
Oh, so the back-to-back champion gets that coin flip, huh? Okay. All right, and then let's see here. Before Zombie, Ernie did send me comments this week, actually, surprisingly. He sent me quite a bit, too. He said, let's see here. He said, for the record, I would like to say I'm expecting Slaps to go 0-8 and lose to me. And congrats on the Schultz steal. Bunch of laughing emojis. And for panic trading, even though Golfer told you not to earlier this week. I disagree with Ernie there. I don't think this was a panic trade. I think you did better in this trade. But so I guess he thinks he's gonna lose because he didn't say anything about your matchup, Zombie. But Zombie, are you gonna win this week, or is Ernie gonna get a win off of you? You know you'll get a bunch of shit if you lose to him.
This is gonna be a good game. I respect my boy Ernesto,
Okay.
and he's got my boy Mike Williams,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's gonna be enough. I
Okay.
think I'm gonna get the W.
All right, all right. We'll see what happens. That's a big game. I think that could be a close one. Moving on to the next one, we have Zach at 1-2. Big game for Zach this week as he's facing Hunter, who is 3-0.
Huge.
Right now, Hunter projected to win by about 3, 119 to 116. Zach has the newly acquired star stud Danny Dimes, as Cheese would say, against the Saints. Chase Edmonds against the Rams. Nick Chubb, newly acquired, against the Vikings, could be decent. McLaurin against Atlanta. I like that matchup. Ridley against Washington. Logan Thomas against Atlanta. Myers against Tampa Bay, and the Ravens defense against the Broncos. On Hunter's side, he has Dak Prescott against Carolina. That's a big game for the Cowboys and Panthers. Najee Harris against Green Bay. Miles Sanders against Kansas City. Tyreek Hill against the Eagles. Godwin against the Patriots, Noah Fant against Baltimore, Marquise Brown against Denver, and the Broncos against Baltimore. So he's using the flex Ravens player, but then playing the Broncos defense. Unlike last week where I did not like the Washington matchups for Zach, this week I do like the Washington-Atlanta matchups. I think that game could be a high scoring game, as neither of those defenses have done much. I think Chubb will also go off and have a bounce back. I don't like the trade for Zach overall in the long run, but I do like it for this week, as I think Chubb will have a bounce back game. And Daniel Jones against the Saints, he could have 10 points, he could have 15 points, he could have 20 points. I don't know,
You could have 30.
but he's not getting 30. I will tell you that. Yeah, he's
No.
not getting 30.
Jason
And
Garrett
I
just
don't know
runs
about
too
the
long.
Jacoby Myers in the flex, but I also don't know about Hollywood against the Broncos on the other side, so I think that's a wash. I'm going to take Zach in the upset of the week. I think he's going to pull it out slightly by a little margin, but I think Hunter's 3-0 start comes to an end. Cheese.
So, I actually like Zach's matchup a lot, but my
Okay.
issue is that I feel like the Atlanta-Washington game is going to be low scoring.
Really? Okay.
And then Tyreek Hill is going to go apeshit against the Eagles because it's 2 losses in a row.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
it's the Eagles who are terrible.
Yeah.
So, Hunter has kind of been exposed. Noah Fant's not great, and Hollywood Brown has butterfingers. But Tyreek
Fant
can
had the
score.
check mark.
Okay, Fant's not good.
Okay.
But Tyreek Hill is going to score 40, and he's going to win. So
Wow.
I will take Hunter, but I would not be surprised if Zach pulled this out.
Okay, let me talk after that. If Tyreek Hill is scoring 40, Scary Terry is scoring 80.
4.
80. Okay, Zach.
And
Okay.
and I'm
So you are
Zach-
predicting. Wait. So you are predicting that Scary Terry doubles Tyreek Hill's score this week.
Yes.
Hey,
Okay.
Zach, here's your
wow.
issue.
I'm
You have
also
have Patrick
saying Danny
Mahomes.
Dimes will have more points than
you
Dak
have
Prescott.
Patrick
Wow.
Mahomes,
Oh
and then you
my
have Taylor
god.
Hanke, or whatever
Okay.
his
Cheese,
name
you
is.
had your time. Shut
Yeah,
up.
Okay.
I'm
Any
making
other
my
Taylor
bold
Hanke.
predictions comparing to Hunter's team, or your players are going to do better?
Not a bold prediction, but
Okay.
but Noah Fant is not gonna have nearly as many points as Logan Thomas.
Okay. All right.
Hollywood Brown is gonna drop another 2 touchdowns and get benched.
Okay.
Who else does he have? The Tyler Bass guy is not even he's not even gonna attempt a 66-yarder, let alone make a 66-yarder.
Like Tucker. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So you're saying you're going to win, huh?
I'm winning this one.
Okay. Wow. Like it. All right. Slaps.
Sorry, yeah, I'm here. Cannot believe I'm gonna say this, but I'm gonna go with Zach.
Wow.
Craig,
Oh my
hey.
God. Wow.
My
The
boy.
enemies become friends for a minute. Pussy.
We're never enemies.
Okay. Just wait till you see the
glad
rankings.
that my heart has found a
The
good
rankings are
home.
wrong.
What was that, Pussy?
And I said I'm glad that my heart has found a good home, and my heart being Nick
Thank you,
Chubb.
Boost.
I will pick Zach this week, my
Okay.
friend.
All right. Well, I'm sure if Hunter goes 4-0, those thoughts of gun to your head will just escalate a little bit more. But all right.
Yep.
Tyler.
Yeah.
I want Zach to win, so I'm gonna
What am I listening to? He sounds like a little alien off Men in Black.
So you want Zach to win, but what? Oh God! All right, Zombie, who's winning?
Let the record show that Zach said Daniel Jones is better than Derek Carr.
He did.
Yikes.
Okay.
Fuck you guys, making fun of my voice.
Uh,
I'm not coming back next time.
I mean, it's kind of hard not to laugh. When
Don't
you hear it. All right, so Tyler, who's winning?
I'm
you said you
picking
wanted
Zach
to
to
win.
win because he's gonna
Okay.
win, and then I'm gonna win, and I'm gonna be the only.
Oh, so you want to
That's
be
fine with
top
that.
of the standings, best record, huh? Okay. All right, Zombie, you
got
said
you.
who's winning?
Yeah, Zach said Jones is better than Carr, and like I said last week, there's no shot someone's winning with Daniel Jones as their quarterback.
Okay, so doubling down on that. All right. Moving on to the final matchup of the week, we have a big one as another 1-2 faces a 2-1. Will they both be 2-2 by the end of the week, or will Pussy fall to 1-3? Right now, according to ESPN, Pussy with the slight advantage, 132 to 129. Pussy has Russell Wilson newly acquired against the 49ers. Derrick Henry against the Jets. Oh God, that's a great matchup. Derrick Henry could have 50 points. this week. Jonathan Taylor against the Dolphins, who he newly acquired. We'll see. Dolphins defense has kind of been just average. Cup against the Cardinals should be very good as well if that's an offensive shootout like Pussy thinks. Debo Samuel against the Seahawks is also decent. Goddard against the Chiefs. Tyler Boyd against Jacksonville. Love that matchup as well. And the Bengals against Jacksonville. Love that as well. On Cheese's side, he's got Patrick Mahomes looking for a win. The Chiefs are against the Eagles. Should be pretty good. Jones against Pittsburgh. Carson against the 49ers. Diggs against Houston. I like that matchup. Moore, who had a pretty good game last week against the Cowboys, should also do good. Hawkinson against the Bears. Bears have been a little stingy on defense. We'll see how Hawkinson responds after that bad game. And Tim Patrick against Baltimore and the Titans against the Jets. I like that defensive matchup as well. I like a lot of matchups on both sides in this game. It's going to be close, and I think it has the potential to be the highest scoring matchup of the week. I, though, like Pussy's matchups a little bit more. I like his players for this week a little bit more. I like Cup. I like Henry. I like Samuel. I like Boyd against Jacksonville. So I'm going to take Pussy, and I think he probably has the most points scored this week and gets that 2-2 record that he wants. Zach.
Sorry, Pusa, but
Ooh.
Cheese is the best team in the league. There's no way he's losing another game all season.
Okay.
He's going undefeated for the rest of the season, and he's
Zach,
not
you
missing
can't
the
just do that
playoffs.
whenever someone picks you to lose.
Okay. I mean, he can.
picking Cheese.
He can. That's what he thinks. All right. Slaps.
I agree with you. I think this could be a stupidly high-scoring game.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm gonna go with Pusa. I think Derrick Henry. I
Wow.
think you're right. I think he'll have a ridiculous game.
Yep. All right. Tyler.
Test.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. So Cheese has the unique challenge this week of playing against Pusa and Zach's team.
Oh.
I was able to beat Zombie and Pook last week, but my team's different.
Oh.
So Pusa's gonna win. 'Cause he's got
He's not playing
power.
Zach's team. I've got Zach's team.
Oh.
Yeah, I was more scared before the second trade.
You were more scared. So you were scared after the first trade that you were.
Yeah,
gonna
I was.
lose.
Yeah, first.
But then
'cause
the
see where
second
it says
trade.
average point
Okay.
143.
Yeah.
After the first trade, it was 155.
Oh. Okay. All right. All right, Zombie.
I'm going with Jack Pusa because Cheese is getting fucking karma for talking shit about my team
Mm.
and is about to lose back-to-back games
Okay.
like a pussy.
Okay. All right. So Cheese, you're gonna get this win or what?
Look, you guys are all right. This is shaping up to be the highest scoring matchup of the week, even of the season. Every matchup is juicy. Okay.
Yeah.
Not a bad matchup there. It's gonna be whoever's team falters, and I feel like Mahomes, who scores like 22 on a bad day, is gonna pick on mode.
Okay.
Okay. Carson's gonna pop off. Diggs hasn't done anything yet. Diggs is gonna have his first big game. Okay. DJ Moore versus Dallas. It's gonna be a shootout. Hawkinson. The coach put out a quote this morning. Swift and Hawkinson were getting them the ball. They're the whole
Okay.
offense.
Ooh. Okay.
Tim has been a great flex for me, especially with Hamler down too now.
Whose
and
mic is
then-
that? Jesus.
That's not mine. And then the Titans
Is that
versus
Tyler's
the
again?
Jets.
Tyler,
Big-
now your mic is doing a loud beeping or buzzing noise.
Loud humming.
Yeah. Jesus Christ,
Okay,
he's
it was
got
him.
mic problems.
And then in the projections, it projects the Titans defense to get 7 points versus the Jets. That's guaranteed 10 plus.
Uh-huh.
I think I'm gonna take the win, but it'll be very high scoring.
Okay. And it's back,
He's
Tyler.
still doing it. It's still doing it.
All right, Pussy. A lot of talk there for Cheese. I kind of lost what he was saying midway through. But are you going to get Cheese get the win, move to 2-2, or what?
I believe so. I think it's going to be a close game, very high scoring, but I
Yeah.
think I'm going to, get the dub. I think Tyler Boyd's going to have a big game tomorrow.
Yeah. Something tells me
So-
that whoever loses is going to be salty because they probably have put up a lot of points and just got unlucky that they had to face the other this week. But we will see what happens in week 4. As always, remember, check your lineups. Make sure everything is good before the week starts, including tomorrow night with those games. All right, this will conclude the show for this week. Good luck to everyone in the matchups. Have a good week, and we'll see you next week.